vegans and vegetarians may struggle even more to get certain essential substances from a solely plant-based diet. And since so many people are already balancing stressful lives and demanding schedules, making sure you're getting what you need to stay at optimal health might not be the first item on your to-do list. All right, guys. Thanks for setting this up for us. Hi, my name is Dennis Dugaloo, co-founder here at Forever Young Anti-Aging Solutions.
Carlton Washington, co-founder, Forever Young.
Johnny Olson, owner of Johnny O's Gymnasium in Boca Raton, Florida.
Shay Dehnovi, nurse practitioner here at Forever Young.
So IV vitamin therapy is a great way to get hydrated, get a high flush of vitamins and minerals, antioxidants, amino acids. And the benefit of this is you're going intravenous. So you're bypassing the digestive tract and the liver the first round. So you're going directly into the bloodstream and you're able to absorb 100% of anything that goes into the IV. I would say the biggest benefit of it is going to be the hydration. Most people don't drink enough water. Most people don't even know how much water they're supposed to drink. So this is a very, very quick way to hydrate. We'll get into the benefits of the hydration and all that, but that's going to be the number one thing. And then on top of that, the added benefit is going to be the amount of the vitamins and minerals and antioxidants that you can actually absorb this way. So it makes it a very, very potent type of treatment for all types of different issues or health benefits.
Yeah, definitely. I guess we're all basically going to share our experiences with IVs and then kind of get into some facts. For me, I always like to tell people, second to the testosterone therapy that we offer here at Forever Young, this is my go-to treatment for wellness. I love IV for so many of the reasons that we're going to share today. I think I've calculated I've done over 450 IVs since we've opened this business. And so that should tell you that it's definitely safe. And in my opinion, it's extremely effective. But we're going to get deep into the reasons why the everyday person would be interested in this. That's one of the reasons also we have Johnny with us today, because Johnny's going to bring a real practical side to what we're talking about. He owns a gym, but just not any gym. He's got a gym that really hosts some of the best world-class athletes from all over the world. And he can talk to you guys about how that helps as well.
Yeah, we have several of our clients, our members that come here into Fort Lauderdale for the IV vitamin treatments. And tell you the truth, there's 4 of them right now that are in Japan competing at the Tokyo Olympics. So they're putting into their bodies only the best and the finest things that they could possibly do. They swear on this. They love it. I've been doing it now for 4 or 5 years, and I feel amazing with it. And Dennis is right. Most people don't drink enough water, and they don't know how much they're supposed to drink. And I think that throughout the day kind of just gets off on us, and all of a sudden we realize we haven't drank anything in an hour or two. Mm-hmm. And this is something that everybody should try. Your immune system is so much better with this than taking normal vitamins. Everybody takes the tablets, and I think that the tablets, maybe if you're lucky, you're going to get 10% of that into your system. With this, it's 100%.
Awesome.
So, with some of the amino acids that we put in here, vitamin C, those are all things that are going to help with muscle recovery and just healing in general. So just imagine if these things are beneficial to you and all of a sudden you can put them directly into the bloodstream by bypassing the digestive tract, absorbing 100% of it. And because of the fact that you're bypassing the digestive tract, you can deliver a much, much higher amount. Just imagine what that's going to do. It's almost like a biohack, honestly. You're gonna be able to absorb much more, much faster, and therefore it's going to speed up everything, all the recovery for you.
For sure.
Sure. I mean, I agree with everybody as far as the importance of IV therapy, especially for the immune system these days with everything going on. We do have a lot of different IV bags. As far as what I do here, in addition to the IVs and hormone replacement therapy, we do a lot of aesthetics here. We do have an IV bag called the Forever Glow, and it's perfect for reducing free radicals, slowing down the aging process. And glutathione is a big name these days. It's the mother of all antioxidants, and it helps not only with brightening the skin, but also it cleanses the liver. So that's another added benefit, in addition to hair, skin, nail. So it's an all over hydration, immune system, many bags to choose from, and we're also going to get into our VIP membership program that we have.
When your body's at an optimal level, and when you're hydrated, when you've got enough rest, when you're eating properly, you're feeling so much better. Your recovery time is significantly sped up with this. At my age now, the recovery time is slowing down typically. So when I try this and do these IV vitamins, it just makes it a world of difference that we can feel so much better so quickly after a very difficult workout.
Yeah, I haven't had many wounds recently, but I would agree that, with the same things that Johnny said as far as recovery and Dennis said as far as athletic, preparation. A lot of the time when you talk to people who are dehydrated, headaches are a symptom, and vice versa. A lot of times when people have headaches, a lot of the time it's due to hydration. So when our levels are proper, when we are properly hydrated, a lot of the symptoms that people are experiencing, a lot of the disease in their body as far as, not feeling, up to par, being lethargic, a lot of these things, people don't know that they're actually attributed simply to dehydration, especially when we live in environments like South Florida where it's extremely humid and people are not really taking into account how much of their fluids and minerals, nutrients, and things of that nature that we're actually leaking out all day long. So personally, I know that when I get on an IV, I immediately feel better when I'm done, but I feel even better the next day. And especially if I feel like I'm becoming ill with a cold, something like that, typically I feel as though a lot of my symptoms are reduced, if not relieved, much, much faster from this type of therapy. And so, all the things you mentioned, I personally experienced with the exception of the wounds, in regards to benefits of IV therapy. But there's so many more that we can discuss, throughout this podcast.
So at this point, we don't recommend pregnant women getting IVs. If you happen to have asthma, we just say leave the glutathione out, or any type of sulfa allergies. You have to be over age 18 and over 100 pounds, basically. Of course. Yeah, so one of the main ingredients in most of them you'll find is vitamin C. We have zinc, the B complexes, anywhere from B1 to B6. B12 is a big one because it's energy vitamin. Glutathione, like I keep mentioning. We have inositol, choline, L-arginine, thiamine. So, a lot of vitamins that are beneficial, such as zinc with the immune system, just to name a few.
No,
No.
not here.
We're hooked up right now.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple process. We even have a little spray that you can spray on there that numbs the area if somebody's really scared.
I believe this is the Mac Daddy bag. This is the Forever Young bag. That's our signature bag. It's a proprietary blend. But really what it is it's pretty much just about everything that we offer in IV therapy in one. And it's many of the contents that Shay just shared with you. I can share a few of them with you. Your vitamin C, your B complexes, my number one favorite, which is going to be glutathione, your zincs, selenium, but there's much, much more. There's a great deal. This bag is basically like a direct multivitamin and some going in your veins. And so typically this is the one that I get once a week. And personally, I attribute it to really quicker recovery times and getting sick a lot less than most people I know. I really give most of the credit to this and just, trying to stay on top of a proper diet. Everybody's different, but in regards to just overall wellness, most patients that we speak with, including myself, typically for some reason tend to say after they wake up the next morning and have a good night's rest. It's something about the combination of sleep and the IV bag with the nutrients and the hydration that really makes people feel much, much better than they did before they came in.
It's always next day for me, for sure. I'm pretty active, like a lot of like long distance cardio and stuff like that, and I definitely notice the next morning that my cardio sessions, I feel like I'm stronger, have more endurance, just feel overall like a sense of well-being the next day, for sure.
I got a great story I'd like to share. I've found that guys like Dennis that are in incredible shape, when they come in and have this, my feeling is they're not going to see the results as much as somebody that is not in the shape that you're in. And the example that I'm going to give you is I came in here with a very good friend of mine who has not been taking care of himself. When he was locked up for the year for the COVID, wasn't able to exercise, put on a lot of weight, working at a desk, not moving around. We came in here together. We did it together. He called me up that afternoon, the next day, and 2 other days. For 3 days, he called me to say how incredible he felt because he wasn't taking care of himself. So he had a more dramatic.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's coming down this weekend. He's here for a week. He says he's going to get 3 of them. But he could not stop talking about how much better he felt with one bag. He was talking about it for 3 days. So somebody, if you haven't tried this is something that you really need to go out and invest in your body, people. The world we live in right now, this is the best thing that you could possibly do for your immune system. With the vitamin C, the zinc, the B12s, this is amazing for you. Everybody should try this and see just how great it is for you.
Sure. So going to how long does it last? How often does it take for you to feel better? Usually within 24 hours, like Dennis said, people feel their best, and it stays in their system 7 to 10 days. So ideally, we tell people to do it weekly. If you can't do it weekly, bi-weekly, or at least do it monthly. So we do have a membership, the VIP membership here, that you get 1 IV a month, or you can do any other aesthetic services such as a custom facial, let's say for $129 a month. The IVs have a range anywhere, I believe, from $69 to what is the top end, to $235, give or take. So just paying that $129, not only do you get to choose one of our 6 IVs or a facial service, but you get a lot of different benefits.
Actually, what is our special promo code for this podcast? Let me get it real quick for you guys. I'm sorry. So yeah, podcast is going to be the promo code this go around. Simply the word podcast. That's going to get you 20% off any IV bag here that we offer at Forever Young. Again, it's simply the word podcast in reference to today's podcast.
I mean, this is beneficial for anybody, any person, whether you're an athlete to a stay-at-home mom to the everyday person just that works all day, whatever. At the beginning of this podcast, most people don't drink enough water, and most people are dehydrated. One of the things that we do here on our wellness consultations is we get people on the InBody machine. I have yet to find one person that is fully hydrated. Your body should be 70% water. Most people are 50%. Even someone like me that does an IV 2 to 3 times a month, I'm drinking 1.5 gallons of water per day. Usually when I check my InBody, I'm like 65, 67% water. So as much as I work at it, I'm still not hydrated properly. So the average person is just not going to be able to be hydrated enough. So it's beneficial for anybody. But long distance runners, cyclers, even just bodybuilders or any type of athlete that's breaking their body down, breaking muscle down, this is going to be extremely beneficial for that person. But again, for the everyday person, anybody would benefit from it.
Yeah, I like to say the same. We really kind of represent all types of different people here, all types of different demographics, age, male, female. But really to just expound on what Dennis said, I mean, one thing to also pay attention to, which is really kind of honestly how I got into doing IVs, was we live in South Florida. People come here to have fun. People come here, they like to go out, they like to go to the clubs, they like to go to the bars, they like to go to festivals. And one thing that I found out, because I like to do these things a lot, I found out, from my doctor, from going into physical, all about, liver enzymes, liver health, and these type of things, and seeing that, after I would go out on a weekend, my liver enzymes would be raised, and learning that, when you're raising your liver enzymes, it can create fatty liver, and if you don't treat fatty liver turns into cirrhosis, which is a horrible thing. And so for me, IV therapy really helped me with liver health, and especially the glutathione. If a patient comes in and does labs and they have high liver enzymes, and comes and actually does an IV, and especially an IV with glutathione, we could pull the lab on the patient a few days after and see a drastic reduction in those liver enzymes. What that really means for the everyday person is, one, you're going to feel a lot better because your liver is actually functioning properly. Your liver is basically the filter for most of the toxins in your body. So when that's not working properly, you're not feeling good. A lot of people don't realize that they're not feeling good because their liver is backed up, and so this is something that could really help with that. Also, being that, liver function also helps with your metabolism, growth hormone production, all these different things. If you're drinking alcohol and you do have high liver enzymes, your body's metabolism is not going to be working properly, which means if you're looking to lose weight, you're working on your physique, you're going to the gym, that's not going to work for you, or it's at least going to be slowed down. So I look at this as a reset for my weeks. If I've gone out with my friends and, gone to a festival or gone to a bar, to get rehydrated, to fill my body with nutrients, and to really just look out for my overall health, because a lot of us, don't do lab work every 90 days like we do here at Forever Young, aren't paying attention to, our consumption of things, that can be toxic to our bodies, like alcohol. And over time that builds up. And if you're not taking care of that, the consequences of that can set in. So this is a great way, I think, just to maintain your health, even if you're not just the athlete, even if you're just a guy that likes to go out a lot, or a girl or woman. I think it's important that to still consider your health when you're doing that stuff, to be conscious about it. And for me, this is my go-to, to try to stay in the game, so I can be like Johnny O, who he didn't tell you guys he's 60 years old. 61, okay. Looking like this, and he puts a lot of us to shame in the gym, and he still goes out too on the weekends. So
Yeah. Well, Carlton was very kind. What he's saying is it's very good for hangovers, people. So, and it really is. And Dennis was touching on the athletes, and it's great for athletes. But if you're not an athlete and you're not working out, this is something you need, because you need to take care of. This will help your immune system, and this will help you to feel better and stay healthy. And you don't have to be an athlete to come to Forever Young and enjoy the benefits of the IV vitamin. This is something that hasn't been around all that long, but believe me when I tell you, this is cutting edge. There's a reason why the athletes that are in Tokyo right now are using IV vitamins, and they talk about it. And this is what you're supposed to be doing. Get with it. You're gonna love it.
Yeah. So any of our locations here at Forever Young, look us up at foreveryoungantiaging.com. That's Forever Young with the number 4. All of our offices have really nice IV lounges. You can even see those on the website. You can do a little tour of the office and see the IV lounges. Nice, comfortable atmosphere, reclining chairs and dim lighting and TVs on the wall. So it's definitely it's a nice experience too. You're just relaxing, hanging out. Takes about 30 to 60 minutes. And we have locations all around South Florida now, and some new ones coming in other states now as well.
Just wanted to also thank everybody who tuned in today. Really appreciate your time. Hopefully, we answered as many of your questions as possible. If not, there's a couple seconds to shoot a couple more, but we really do want to thank everybody that tuned in. Want to thank all of the patients and clients of Forever Young, all of our franchisees, all of our staff, and everyone who supports us here. Hopefully, you took away some gems. One thing I did want to ask though before we leave is the person that actually sees the patients here, Shay. I was just wondering if you feel like we've covered what you're typically seeing patients for. I know you're the ones dealing with the patients. Like, what are people mostly coming in here for? Like, what are their stories? You know.
Yeah, so mainly everything you guys said as far as the hangovers. We live in Florida here, so people love to party. Over and above the hangovers, the nausea, overall hydration and wellness. And one other thing is vegans. So there's a lot of people that are becoming vegetarian, vegan these days. That's perfect for them because they're not receiving the nutrients that they need from certain foods that you will find in the IV bags. So that's becoming a big one, actually. The vegan vegetarians.
Yeah, they miss out on a lot of nutrients that that you would get from animal protein. One of the things I see a lot in vegans is B12 deficiency.
Right.
And back to what Johnny was saying earlier, like his friend that maybe was not in the best of health, how he felt the biggest difference. When you actually have a deficiency in B12 and you take it, it's going to be, you're going to feel like a completely different person. Where the everyday person will also benefit from B12, but when you're actually really low from it, it's a very dramatic difference in how you're going to feel.
Yeah, chronic fatigue is a big one too. So with all the isolation and everything, we're just feeling groggy, tired. One of these IV bags, it really gives a lot of energy to people.
So there are a lot of so for example, there are a lot of vitamins like B complex, L-carnitine. These are all things that help stimulate metabolism. So it's not, you should never rely on these type of vitamins for the magic pill. There is no magic pill. But if you're doing all the right things with your exercise, nutrition, and you're using these types of vitamins or amino acids in IVs or even orally, you're going to see some benefits with increased metabolism and also energy.